You are not suffering because life is hard. You are suffering because of how you think. Right now. In this exact moment. Your mind is creating problems that do not exist. It is replaying the past. Imagining the future. And turning uncertainty into fear. And you believe it. You believe every thought. As if it were truth. But more than 2,000 years ago, the Stoics discovered something powerful. Something that can change your life completely. Your mind is not always telling you the truth. Take a deep breath. Slow down your thoughts. And just listen. This is not just a video. This is a moment to rebuild your mind. Most people believe suffering comes from life. From problems. From pain. From situations. But Stoicism teaches something different. You are not disturbed by things, but by your perception of them. Epictetus said that. And if that is true, then your suffering is not coming from the world. It is coming from how you see the world. Repeat with me. I am not my thoughts. I observe my thoughts. But I do not become them. Think about that. If your thoughts can lie to you, then maybe not everything you feel is real. Your mind creates stories. What if I fail? What if they judge me? What if everything goes wrong? But none of this is happening. It is only happening inside your mind. Repeat with me. Not every thought deserves my attention. I choose what I focus on. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And that is one of the most powerful truths you will ever understand. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, ruled an empire. But even with all that power, he understood something most people never do. You have power over your mind, not outside events. You cannot control the world. You cannot control people. You cannot control the past. You cannot control the future. But you can control your reaction, your focus, your thoughts. Repeat with me. I cannot control everything, but I can control my mind. Let go of what you cannot control. Release the need to control everything. Repeat with me. I let go of what I cannot control. And when you truly understand this, something changes inside you. The pressure fades. The anxiety softens. Your mind becomes lighter. Anxiety is not reality. Anxiety is imagination, focused on the future. It is your mind trying to predict, trying to control, trying to protect. But in doing so, it creates suffering. Right now, in this moment, nothing is wrong. Right now, you are safe. Repeat with me. I return to the present moment. This moment is enough. One of the biggest causes of suffering is caring too much about what others think. You replay conversations. You analyze reactions. You seek approval. And slowly, you lose yourself. Repeat with me. I am not controlled by opinions. I define my own value. Most people are not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves. Just like you. The Stoics did not avoid pain. They faced it. They accepted it. They transformed it. Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle is the way. Pain is not the enemy. Resistance is." Repeat with me. Every obstacle makes me stronger. You are not a victim of life. You are a student of it. And right now, you are learning how to suffer less. There is a silent battle happening inside you. Every single day. A battle between who you are and who your mind is trying to convince you that you are. Most people lose this battle without even realizing it. They believe every doubt. They follow every fear. They obey every negative thought. And slowly, they become prisoners of their own mind. But the Stoics saw this clearly. They understood something most people ignore. You don't control your first thought, but you control what you do with it. Repeat with me. I am not controlled by my first reaction. I choose my response. Every emotion begins as a thought, a small idea that grows stronger the more attention you give it. Fear grows when you feed it. Anxiety grows when you focus on it. But so does strength. So does calm. So does clarity. What you focus on expands. Repeat with me. I focus on what makes me stronger. I feed my mind with strength. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Life will test you. People will disappoint you. Things will go wrong. That is not the problem. The problem is how long you stay stuck in it. Some people suffer for minutes. Others suffer for years over the same situation. Why? Because they refuse to let go. Because they keep replaying what they cannot change. Repeat with me. I release what I cannot change. I move forward. The past has no power over you unless you keep bringing it into the present. Every time you replay it, you relive it. Every time you think about it, you suffer again. Let it go. Not because it didn't matter, but because it no longer serves you. Repeat with me. I am not my past. I am who I choose to become. There is a version of you that is calm, focused, disciplined, and in control. But that version requires something from you. Discipline. Not motivation. Not emotion. Discipline. Because motivation fades. Feelings change. But discipline creates stability. Repeat with me. I do what needs to be done, even when I don't feel like it. A strong mind is not built in comfort. It is built in resistance. In moments where you want to quit, but you continue. In moments where you feel weak, but you act anyway. That is where strength is created. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have to assemble your life yourself. Action by action. Not in one big moment, but in small decisions. Daily. Consistently." Repeat with me. I build my life one decision at a time. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect feeling, the perfect opportunity. But that moment never comes. And they stay stuck. Waiting. Thinking. Overanalyzing. While life moves forward. Action. Breaks overthinking. Action. Creates clarity. Action. Builds confidence. Repeat with me. I take action. Even when I feel uncertain. Confidence does not come before action. It comes after. You don't feel ready. And then act. You act. And then you become ready. That is the difference between those who grow and those who stay the same. Fear will always be there. Doubt will always exist. But they don't have to control you. Repeat with me. I act despite fear. I move forward anyway. There is a quiet power in self-control. Not reacting. Not exploding. Not letting emotions take over. But observing. Breathing. Choosing. That is strength. Not loud. Not aggressive. But controlled. Repeat with me. I control my reactions. I choose peace over chaos. When you stop reacting to everything, you gain power. Because now, nothing can control you easily. Insults lose power. Opinions lose power. Situations lose power. Because you are no longer reacting blindly. You are choosing consciously. And that changes everything. You become calmer, stronger, more stable. And slowly, you begin to experience something rare. Peace. Not because life is perfect, but because your mind is. Repeat with me. My peace comes from within. Nothing outside defines me. There is a kind of pain that no one sees. No scars. No wounds. But it is there. Inside you. Silent. Heavy. Persistent. It shows up in your thoughts. In your doubts. In your fears. And sometimes, you don't even know where it comes from. But you feel it. That weight. That pressure. That constant noise in your mind. The Stoics understood this pain. They didn't run from it. They faced it. Because they knew something powerful. Pain is part of life. Suffering is a choice. Repeat with me. Pain is part of life. But suffering is optional. You cannot avoid pain. You cannot escape difficulties. You cannot control everything that happens. But you can control what you do with it. Some people are broken by pain. Others are built by it. The difference is not the situation. It is the mindset. Repeat with me. I use pain to grow, not to break. Every difficult moment in your life is shaping you, teaching you, strengthening you. Even if you don't see it right now. Even if it feels unfair. Even if it hurts. There is something being built inside you. Resilience. Strength. Clarity. But only if you allow it. Only if you stop resisting reality. Because resistance creates suffering. Acceptance creates peace. Repeat with me. I accept what I cannot change. And I grow from it. Acceptance is not weakness. It is not giving up. It is understanding reality without fighting it. It is saying, this is what it is, and then choosing how to respond. That is power. Most people waste energy fighting reality, complaining, resisting, denying, and they stay stuck. But when you accept, you free your mind. You stop wasting energy and start using it to move forward, to rebuild, to grow. Repeat with me. I stop fighting reality and start moving forward. There is also another kind of suffering, one that is even more dangerous. The suffering of comparison. Looking at others and feeling behind. Feeling not enough. Feeling like you should be somewhere else. But every life has its own path, its own timing, its own challenges. You don't see the full picture. You only see fragments. And you compare your reality to someone else's highlight. Repeat with me. I focus on my path. I grow at my own pace. The Stoics believed in something simple, but powerful. Do your best with what you have, where you are. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Because life is happening now. Not in the future. Not in your imagination. Now. And if you miss this moment, you miss your life. Repeat with me. I live fully in this moment. This moment matters. There is also strength in silence. Not everything needs a reaction. Not everything deserves your energy. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Observe. Stay calm. Stay centered. And let things pass. Like clouds in the sky. Repeat with me. I don't react to everything. I choose where my energy goes. Energy is limited. Time is limited. Your attention is limited. And where you place it defines your life. If you place it on negativity, you suffer. If you place it on growth, you evolve. If you place it on the present, you find peace. Repeat with me. I protect my energy. I focus on what matters. There is a quiet transformation happening inside you. Right now. You may not notice it yet, but it is there. You are becoming more aware, more conscious, more in control. And that changes everything. Because once you become aware, you cannot go back. You begin to see things differently. You begin to think differently. You begin to respond differently. And slowly, your life changes. Not because the world changed, but because you did. Repeat with me. I am evolving. I am becoming stronger. I am becoming calmer. You don't need a perfect life to have peace. You need a trained mind, a disciplined mind, a mind that understands what truly matters and what doesn't. Because most of what you worry about doesn't matter. Most of what you fear never happens. Most of what stresses you is temporary. But your mind treats everything like it is permanent. And that creates suffering. Repeat with me. This moment will pass. I remain strong. Everything in life is temporary. Pain, problems, emotions, situations. They come and they go. But your mind can remain stable if you train it, if you guide it, if you control it. And that is the Stoic way. Not to eliminate problems, but to become stronger than them. Repeat with me. I am stronger than my problems. I am in control of my mind. There comes a moment in life when you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And you start asking, what is this teaching me? That moment changes everything. Because now, you are no longer a victim of life. You become a student of it. Most people go through life reacting, complaining, blaming, but they never stop to reflect, to understand, to grow. The Stoics were different. They saw life as a training ground. Every challenge, a lesson. Every obstacle, an opportunity. Every moment, a chance to improve. Repeat with me. Everything in my life is teaching me something. I choose to learn. There is a purpose in every difficulty. Even if you don't see it right now. Even if it feels meaningless. Even if it hurts. There is something there. Something you need to understand. Something you need to develop. Strength. Patience. Resilience. Wisdom. Life is not random. It is shaping you. Preparing you. Forging you. But only if you are paying attention. Repeat with me. I grow through everything I face. Nothing is wasted. One of the biggest sources of suffering is living without direction. Waking up without purpose. Moving without meaning. Existing without intention. Because when you don't know where you're going, everything feels heavy. Everything feels confusing. Everything feels pointless. But when you have purpose, even pain makes sense. Even struggle becomes meaningful. Even difficulty becomes part of the path. Repeat with me. I choose to live with purpose. I move with intention. Purpose is not something you find. It is something you build. Through your actions. Through your discipline. Through your choices. It is built daily. In small decisions. In consistent effort. In showing up. Even when you don't feel like it. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. To do what? To act. To improve. To contribute. To become better. That is your purpose. To become better than you were yesterday." Repeat with me. I show up every day. I improve every day. There is also something important you must understand. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to know your entire future. You don't need a perfect plan. You only need the next step. Just the next action. Just the next decision. That is enough. Because clarity comes from action, not from thinking. Repeat with me. I take the next step. That is enough. Overthinking keeps you stuck. Action moves you forward. Even small action. Even imperfect action. Because progress is better than perfection. Most people wait until they feel ready. But readiness is a myth. You become ready by starting. Repeat with me. I don't wait to feel ready. I start now. There is also power in responsibility. Taking ownership of your life. Not blaming others. Not blaming circumstances. Not blaming the past. But saying, this is my life. And I take responsibility for it. That is where power begins. Because when you take responsibility, you take control. Repeat with me. I take responsibility for my life. I am in control. The Stoics believed that a good life is not about comfort. It is about character, integrity, discipline, strength, doing what is right, even when it is hard, being calm, even when things go wrong, staying focused, even when there are distractions. That is a strong life. That is a meaningful life. Repeat with me. I build my character every day. I choose strength. There is also something you must remember. Time is limited. Life is short. And every day, you are getting closer to the end. This is not something to fear. It is something to understand. Because when you understand that time is limited, you stop wasting it. You stop overthinking. You stop delaying. You start living. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, what you say, and what you think. Repeat with me. My time is valuable. I use it wisely. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for everything to be right. Don't wait for life to begin. Life is already happening. Right now. And the question is, are you living it? Or are you just thinking about it? Repeat with me. I am living my life now. Not someday. There is greatness inside you. Not in a loud way. Not in a perfect way. But in a real way. In your ability to grow. To adapt. To overcome. To become better. Step by step. Day by day. That is greatness. Repeat with me. I am becoming the best version of myself. Every day. And now. After everything you've heard. Everything you've reflected on. Everything you've felt. There is one final truth. You must understand. Your life will always have challenges. There will always be problems. There will always be uncertainty. That will never change. But you can change. And when you change, everything changes. Not because the world is different, but because you are. The Stoics never promised a life without pain. They never promised a perfect life. They promised something greater. A stronger mind. A calmer soul. A life that is not controlled by chaos, but guided by awareness, by discipline, by choice. Repeat with me. I am not controlled by chaos. I am guided by discipline. There is a version of you That is unshakable. Calm under pressure. Focused in chaos. Strong in difficulty. That version already exists. It is inside you. But it needs to be trained, developed, strengthened. Every single day. Through your thoughts. Through your actions. Through your decisions. Repeat with me. I am building a strong mind. Every single day. This journey is not about perfection. It is not about never feeling fear. Never feeling doubt. Never feeling pain. It is about not being controlled by them. It is about feeling. And still choosing. Choosing discipline over comfort. Choosing growth over fear. Choosing strength over weakness. Repeat with me. I feel everything. But I control my actions. You are not here by accident. The fact that you stayed until this moment means something. It means a part of you is ready. Ready to grow. Ready to change. Ready to take control. And that is where everything begins. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Not someday. Now. This moment. Repeat with me. I start now. I take control now. There will be days when it is hard. Days when your mind feels heavy. Days when you feel tired. Days when you want to give up. That is part of the process. That is part of growth. But those are the days that define you. Because in those moments, you have a choice to give in or to rise. Repeat with me. I don't give up. I rise. Again and again. Strength is not built in easy days. It is built in difficult ones. In silent battles. In moments where no one is watching. In decisions that only you know about. That is where your character is built. That is where your mind becomes stronger. Repeat with me. I become stronger in silence. I grow in difficult moments. There is peace on the other side of control. Not control of the world, but control of yourself. Your thoughts. Your reactions. Your perspective. That is where freedom is. Not outside. Inside. Repeat with me. My peace comes from within. Nothing outside controls me. And when you truly understand this, when you truly live this, something powerful happens. You stop suffering unnecessarily. You stop overthinking everything. You stop reacting to everything. You become calm, clear, focused, strong. Not because life is easy, but because your mind is trained. And that is the Stoic way. Not escaping life, but mastering it. Not avoiding problems, but becoming greater than them. Not eliminating pain, but refusing to suffer unnecessarily. Repeat with me. I master my mind. I master my life. Take a deep breath and feel this moment. You are here. You are present. You are aware. And that is powerful. Because awareness is the beginning of change. And change is the beginning of a new life. One decision at a time. One thought at a time. One moment at a time. Repeat with me. I am aware. I am in control. I am evolving. And now, as you move forward, remember this. You don't need a perfect life to have peace. You need a trained mind. And that is something you are building right now. If this message resonated with you, if something inside you shifted, even just a little, then support this journey. Subscribe to the channel. Be part of the Stoic Mind Society. Like this video, so this message can reach more people. And share it with someone who needs strength today. Because sometimes, one message can change a life.